What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday. No, it's Wednesday night. Whoops. It's Wednesday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay, and as always with me
is Philly Nay. Hi, everybody.
What's happening, Nay? I'm going to turn your microphone up a smidge here.
Okay.
Where is Nadine? There she is. Cool. All right. Tonight, our guest is Greg Purdy. There's Greg. Greg's having a little bit of technical difficulty, so he has 29 minutes to figure them out. So I'm going to leave Greg up. So at some point, when I hear Greg, no matter what segment we're in, I will shout out, "I hear you, Greg."
There.
So we'll do that. But let's, in the meantime.
Hello?
Oh, there's Greg.
No, just keep going.
There's Greg, kind of. Say something, Greg. And you're gone again. All right, so while Greg continues to work on that, let's jump off our first segment as we always do here.
Mm-hmm.
Time for Jay's Tiki Talk, where I share a rum and a tiki mug with you. And I'm going to show the rum first because the mug is super special, so I want to give a little build-up. This is one of my all-time favorite rums. It's called Zaya. Zaya is from Trinidad. And this is a 12-year-old aged rum, and it's not flavored, but it does have lots of notes of vanilla, and it is awesome. This is probably top 5 favorite rums of all time, so I'm having that tonight. And Greg, our guest, is from Maryland, and what do you get in Maryland? You get crabs, and I actually have a tiki mug that's a crab. So for my boy Greg, this is the mug I'm drinking out of tonight. And what's cool is the straw goes in the little hole right here, see?
Oh, my goodness. That's crazy.
Now, this is made by Monk Tiki. Monk Tiki is my favorite mug maker. And they make these crazy, awesome, limited editions that, you know, it won't show up often in a thrift store, but we've had people in our group, surfers in the thrifting board, and other friends who have found limited edition Monk Tiki mugs. I don't know how they end up in a thrift store because they ain't cheap and they only make limited runs, but this is a badass mug. Yeah, it's a fun mug. That sure is a fun mug.
That's awesome.
That is one of my coolest mugs. So, in honor of Greg, that's my crab mug.
Very cool.
So, if you see anything Monk Tiki, and that is MUNKTIKI, pick it up. Pick it up for sure, because you could make lots of money. They made one of the rarest, most expensive modern mugs. They did the crew gift for Toy Story 3. They made a mug of Woody and Buzz, and if you find that and people have, it'll sell for $1,000 every
yes.
time.
I remember that. You did when you did your somebody from the group had actually found that mug, right?
Found it for $2
years ago. I remember that. Yes.
And it sold for $1,100. So anything Monk Tiki is good, but some things are great. All right, now it is time for May's breast cancer update and fact of the week.
Okay, so I'm hanging in there as best I can. I had my friend's funeral on Monday, so that was a little tough, but we're getting through, and I'm fighting on for her. Love you, Sarita. And also, today happens to be the 1-year anniversary from my double mastectomy. A lot has happened since then. I can't believe it's been a year today. So my breast cancer facts are, as you all know, I've told you, 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. 85% of those diagnoses occur in women with no prior family history. So for all of you who think I don't have any family history, I can't get breast cancer, that's not true. That is very false. And 93% of women with early breast cancer diagnosis survive beyond 5 years. Now, mine was not caught early because I didn't know all these facts, but I want everyone else out there to get their mammograms and catch it earlier than I caught mine. So, thank you.
There we go. Get back to you. I'm sending you a hug, and everyone's saying how beautiful you look in the chat. So if you haven't seen the chat,
thank you. Goodness.
Yeah. And you are rocking that headband, girl. I love it.
Yes, I'm getting some bald spots, so.
Hello, Greg. Is your sound working? Nope. Alrighty. This might be the quickest show ever. No, we can talk about it. I have Greg's scores and duds. We can talk about them. He can just wave at us. All right. Speaking of scores, let's get into our scores of the week. Woo! All right. So let me bring it up here. Where are my scores?
Well, you can't find yours, and
oh, hang on. That was Greg's scores.
Uh-oh.
There's my scores. Okay. Here we go. So most of you know that Nat Nast is a good brand, but what I want to impress upon you is it doesn't have to be exciting to be a winner. So this is just a Nat Nast corduroy shirt that I sold for $50, and so think about it. It's hot as hell everywhere, especially in Vegas. It's corduroy, and it's sold in like a week of being listed.
Wow.
So
I have not heard of that brand.
You never heard of Nat Nast? What?
Nope.
Yep, it's a nice men's,
Men's. Yeah.
It's normally like bowling shirt type, silk,
Okay.
$100 bowling shirts. So I was having to find this for $2.50, and I was happy to sell it for $50.
Wow.
Now this one's kind of cool. This was Ben Bagley's "Decline and Fall of the Entire World as Seen Through the Eyes of Cole Porter." It was a Broadway musical that I never heard of. I bought it when I was with Nadine in Philly for $1.67.
Wow.
And I sold it for $55 to the producer at Lincoln Center in New York City. So, and I have seen one of his shows. He produced the South Pacific when I was there once, and so it was very cool that, I mean, he's not a household name to those not in the theater world, but I thought it was very cool. I sold it to him.
Awesome. I'm very familiar with Lincoln Center. They had a program when I was in elementary school with my school, so it was really cool.
And then my last one, we talked about this. If you're in the thrifting board, we talked about this because I had shown that we had taken original pictures on a hanger and it looked all sad and droopy. And then I brought out this mannequin, which usually is on display in my tiki bar, and this mannequin showed off its package way nicer. So this sold very quick too. This was up for like 3 days, so for $35. I picked it up for $2 at a thrift store. Ooh, excuse me, $2 at a thrift store. So not something I would normally look for, but I happened to see it one day. I noticed it was a brand. I looked up the brand real quick. I'm like, oh, that's a good deal for $2. And it was a good deal since it sold within like 2 days.
Awesome. Can I ask a quick unrelated question there?
Yes.
Why do you have a male Manny with that package hanging at your tiki bar?
Well, it was one of my first mannequins, and it's not because he has a package. No,
it's just part of
an old Trader Vic's uniform on him and a fez down in the bar. So that's what he usually does. But
Okay.
He had to come out of retirement and go back to work.
I just had to know how you work that in. Okay. So I sold this. I had this. It was actually up above my desk here. I had it as for $49.99. You know, everybody loves unicorns, and these were little. I bought these at Goodwill for I think $2.99. They sat for a while, so I took a best offer of $30 and shipped them out this week, and the buyer seems to be happy. So.
That's my horse impression.
Oh, his wife is a unicorn fan, so that's why he.
I thought you were going to say his wife was a unicorn.
Yes. So this is an Athleta. Always pick that brand up if you see it. It's one of the Gap chain's high-end athletic stores, and this new would have been probably over $100 in the Athleta store. So $30, I took a best offer. It was $49.99 originally, but I was happy with that. So always grab Athleta. And this was my biggest score. I took a best offer of $100. This is a knitting bag. If you find knitting people love their bags and their accessories. So if you find this brand, this is a very popular brand of knitting bag. I found a smaller one at the same thrift store a couple of weeks ago, and then this one popped up for $6.99. It's big. And so I knew it was going to go for at least $75. I listed it last week, and it sold last night. They haven't paid yet, so I'm crossing my fingers that they will pay, but I knew that this one was going to sell for a good price. So
nice. Now, did you know it was a knitting bag just by looking at it?
Yeah, well, that brand makes mostly knitting bags, but yes, also by the shape, and the inside of it has compartments for knitting needles. So.
See, all right, cool, got it.
So,
yeah, because I would look at it like, oh, it's a cute bag, but I would not be like, oh, knitting bag. Mm-hmm.
Atente makes other bags, but they do make a lot. They're known for their knitting bags, and the large knitting bags sell very well, as you can see.
Cool. I like that. All right. Now we've done our scores. Now it is time. For our duds of the week, do not let our mistakes be yours. So let me get the duds back up here. And you can start the duds.
Okay. So, oh no, that's a score.
Oh, my bad. Okay, finish up your scores then. Whoops, my bad.
Yeah, that was a score. I sold that Patagonia dress for $39.99. That's a score.
Cool. Okay, flush duds. I'll start.
Okay.
I had this tie from season 2 of Thrift Hunters in my store forever, and I just sold it last night with free shipping for $7. So I gotta say that the older, the more time goes on, the more nobody knows who the Three Stooges are anymore. So, you know, you gotta be old. You ask anyone under 30 who the Three Stooges are, they're not gonna have a clue. So I would shy away from most Three Stooges stuff.
And yet I know who they are.
I know. These are Members Mark jeans. I bought a Dead Man's Closet once, and he loved these jeans. He had about 20 pair of these jeans, and I didn't know how cheap. I think Greg's there because I hear an echo now.
I do.
What?
I hear an echo in my ears. So I hear you now. Do you have headphones? So anyway, these Members Mark, the customer said, "Hey, these are new at Costco for $13.99," and I had them for like $25. So I said, "All right, I'll take $13. I offer free shipping. Costco charges you." So he took it, but I have, as you can see, 9 more still. So hopefully somebody else will come along and want some Members Mark jeans.
That's a brand there that I wouldn't have purchased, probably.
No. Well, I mean, I bought a whole closet, right? Greg,
I know. I get it.
Greg, I'm actually going to mute you because I'm hearing too much echo. All right. Now we're on to your duds, my dear.
All right. So the first one is this California mug. I had bought a bunch of, I found a bunch of these similar Starbucks mugs, and somebody must have cleared out their collection a while ago, and none of them have sold. They've all sat. So that line of state and city mugs just doesn't go. It's an older one too. It's $99. I would think that would be more collectible, but no. I took a best offer for $20 with free shipping, and I was happy to see it go. So my second dud, if you guys remember seeing our last haul, you saw these beautiful houndstooth boots that I picked up for $2, and they're pretty awesome. However, it occurred to me, and I don't know how I missed this through the haul show, through when I bought them. On the left boot, it's missing the zipper to pull up. So,
whoops.
Yeah, so that's a problem. So I will take it to there's an old-fashioned shoe cobbler here in Philly. I will take it there and see what he says, if it's worth fixing or not. But it's really a bummer.
All right, I think Greg plugged in headphones, but I'm still hearing crazy.
So check your zippers and look at everything more thoroughly than apparently I did.
Hey, we've all been there. I know if I asked the chat, how many of us have brought a shirt home that had a hole, had a stain, something was missing a zipper, a button, a snap? We've all done it a bunch of times. So don't even sweat it, girlfriend.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, we've done our scores, we've done our duds. Now it is time for
13 counters. There we go.
Close Encounters of the Thrifty, kind. And I didn't have one until Stace and I stopped into a Savers just for like a quick 20 minutes. I had to see if something was there, and we picked up just a few things. And a lady supposedly had left her purse in a cart and left. And she came back in all freaked out. Now, if it was legit and she's freaked out, I get it. It rang as an air of maybe a scam. And she was going from person to person, digging through their carts. And I was already checking out because I'm like, you dig through my cart, especially if I didn't steal your purse? we're going to have some issues. And she was mother effing everybody. She was mad the whole store that she, if it's real, she was mad the entire store that she lost her purse.
Wow.
So, oh no, I'm sorry. It wasn't her purse. It was her phone. But she had the kind of phone where the thing had the wallet on it, so she had her credit cards, and she said she had her keys hooked to her phone. So everything she needs is hooked to her phone, and she can't find her phone. So that's why she was digging through everyone's carts looking for her phone, mother effing everyone. Poor people who had nothing to do with anything. They're like, what? And luckily, I was on my way out the door. I'm like, goodbye, I want none of this.
Wow. Yeah, that's an interesting
so that was mine for the week.
Okay, so I have a picture to go with mine.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. And so this is at my local Goodwill, and they are so unlike any other Goodwill that...
I can attest to that.
Yes, that they have signs there that say, if you could zoom in, there's one on the upper shelf, there's another on the bottom, there's like 3 or 4 of them in there, but it's hard to see. The pink sign in the front says, put behind the showcase, and it's taped onto the item still. So whoever, they forgot to take their notes off. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of a little Goodwill humor there. Yes.
Not for sale, broken. Whoops.
Yeah, put behind the showcase. Yes, big, colorful signs taped to the items.
I do love that Goodwill though.
It is a great Goodwill. I found my $100 bag. So.
All right, now it is time for our thrifty tips of the week. And mine is not going to be a thrifting specific tip for a thrift store. Mine's going to be a estate sale tip. So, estate sale tip. When you're in the bathrooms, pay attention to the perfumes. I was just at a cool estate sale. I'm actually going back on Monday. I'm going to be the first one to pick it on the day of they want to move the rest of the crap. So she said, I'll let you come in at 8. I'm like, all right, sweet. But I was in the bathroom with my friend Cheryl, and I cruised it quick and then split. And she said, did you see the perfumes? And I went, oops. So I know, hanging out with Griff from eBay, that old perfumes will sell not even full because they don't make it anymore in that scent or that brand or that the canister it's in. Some people want it. So I found this one, and I don't even know this brand, Jean Pateau Joy. So this was $5, and about a third left. Can get about $30 for it. And this is Eau de Gucci. You can see it. I'm trying to.
Awesome.
There we go. And this was $5, and in this 2/3 left, I can get about $50 for it. So my $10 investment will be about $80. So make sure and if it's Britney Spears and it's half full, maybe not. But this was an older couple. They when they died, they were probably in their 80s, based on the clothing in the house. And so, she had older perfumes, and some people hunt for them. So keep that in mind when you're doing estate sales.
And don't drop the bottles and shatter them.
Yeah.
Because I had some Chanel No. 5 that my bathroom smelled like Chanel No. 5 for quite a while.
Hang on a sec, Nay. Greg, hello.
Hey.
I hear you.
Can you?
And I don't hear an echo.
Hey, can you hear me well?
You're soft. Hang on. Let me turn you up from this end.
Yeah, I don't think we might not want to tweak on his end.
All right, say something, Greg.
Hey, hang on. Let me hit a save button here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's like you're far away, but we can hear you.
Hang on.
I'd rather.
My microphone is right there. I don't know what microphone I'm going through. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've hit so many buttons. I've got 3 microphones here. I don't know which one is working. So.
Greg has 3 microphones.
Well, right. I got I got these. I got the Yeti, and I got the one on the laptop, and I don't know which one is picking up. But hey, it's a start.
But it's picking up. So. And hey,
Sorry
I think I saw somebody in the chat saying they were looking for this. So if you truly are looking for this, drop me a message. I'll cut you a deal. Heck yeah. I'd rather sell it to someone who I know. That's much more fun.
Did you post that in the chat yesterday? Because there was a thread in the chat in the Facebook group about that exact perfume yesterday.
This one?
Yeah, they were just talking about it.
Yeah, get out of here.
No.
Huh.
People are talking about perfumes. It was like yesterday I read it.
Cool.
That was the one. There was like people put pictures of that on.
All right, well, maybe I'll sell for more. No, if the person in the chat wants it, I'll cut you a deal. Just message me. All right, Nay, it's up for you for your. Wait, where are we? Thrifty tip.
Thrifty tip, yes. So my thrifty tip is I've lately been selling some men's patterns, and the thing with men's patterns, sewing patterns, is when you look in the thrifts, usually you're going to find women's home decor or children's patterns. Those are the most popular. So when you find a good men's sewing pattern, especially when it has like a designer name on it, grab it, because they are not in as high quantity as they're not as available as the women's sewing patterns are. So so whenever I find men's patterns, I pick them up no matter what they are, and they always will sell.
And now, why didn't you pick up men's patterns before?
Oh, I have when I find them, but I don't find them often. It's just the way it is, oddly. So.
We have done Catnap Corner in forever. Which cat's on Nay's steps? Could it be Milo? Phoebe, I don't know. My boy Half Pint? Oh, I see my boy Half Pint working.
We have all three. We have all three.
Oh my God, it's a trifecta of cats.
It is.
That never happens.
No, we have all three cats tonight.
And Half Pint's still just like, oh, did you see Half Pint? He just smacked Phoebe. He's like, what's up, whack, whack? Make sure to go back and watch that replay, Nate.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we have all three for. It's very rare.
That is awesome. All right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it. Oh, look! He's like, get out here, beat
it. There was some hissing there.
This is the best catnap corner ever.
Wow. Yeah, they had some kind of a little fight there.
No kidding. Little lovers quarrel, I think.
I guess so. That doesn't happen often.
That was awesome. Alrighty, now it's time for. You have got to be shipping me, where Nay and I give you shipping tips. Usually I do a what not to do. Nay does a what to do. This week I'm going to do a what to do, because every package I've received this week has been great. Shocker, but it has been. Everything's been packed nice. Awesomeness. All right. I am of the mindset that when you ship anything fragile, of course, you should pack it well, and your packing material should be clean and look good. That doesn't mean it has to be brand new. It can be recycled, but it should be clean and look good. Now, however, when you get that one box that you just need to fill that one little corner to finish it off, and you don't want to go back to your brand new roll of bubble wrap to finish it off, what I have is a tub of what I call scrap packing material. So everything that comes in that isn't look the best but isn't too bad goes in this tub, and this tub sits behind me. And so this tub, let me get it down here, has a variety of things. So we have large bubble, we have air pillows, we have a heck of a lot of small bubble. We got styrofoam, corrugated cardboard. So whatever you need, I always keep every little bit, and I use every little bit of it. So keep a little tub near your shipping station. Keep all the little pieces, parts, because every once in a while you need just, because one of the biggest reasons things get broke in transit is if they can move in the box. So if you need just that much to make it not move, go to your scrap tub.
That's a good idea. So mine is you remember that big black bag in my storage unit? That's where mine is. It probably should be here where I ship. That'd make more sense. Yep. So this is I have a what not to do this week.
Oh, we flipped it.
Yes, I know. So I ordered a pair of heavier flip-flops because the dog ate my flip-flops this week. So yes, so I needed a new pair of flip-flops, and these were on the heavier side, so they were it would have been over £1. It should have gone in a priority flat rate envelope, like they mailed it in. That should have gone in there. They fit flat. I would have been fine with that. However, what they did was they put the priority mail envelope into a poly mailer, and they put it in as 10 ounces first class, which was not correct. So I would say do not do that, because not only, when the buyer opens it up, they're going to not like that too much. But if the post office does catch on to that, first of all, you're underweighing. Second of all, if that outer package tears and they see that, your buyer can end up having to foot the bill for the entire priority cost. So that's a big no-no.
Alrighty. Yeah, that is a huge no-no.
Yeah. So do not do that.
I was about to do my high-tech new way of doing our timer, and my phone...
Oh, no, we're doing it the old school way again.
Yes, my phone just crapped. I mean, just this second, crapped out on me.
Oh.
I mean, I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked. All right, well, cool.
Well, we'll just do it.
We'll do it. I'll hold it again. I was like, all right, I can't wait. I can't. Oh wait, I see a crash thing. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You got it?
Again. I think so. We'll find out in a quick second. But let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's our viewers' 2-minute topic of the week, and this week our topic has been submitted by Tasha King.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha wants to know asks, there are only so many hours in each day. What are your best time-saving tips?
Okay.
And I guess we're gonna go old school because.
Okay. Bring it on. Okay.
All right. So here we go. Let me hold it. All right. Whoops. Reset.
Okay.
And you're off.
My biggest time-saving tip as of recently has been to have a friend named Jay who has helped me to get my butt in gear with listing. So really, it's been tough, with my surgery and everything. So I haven't been at listing as much as fast. So it's kind of good to hold, to have somebody hold you accountable. And I email him my link so that I'm proving I've done this many listings today. But anyway, that's just me lately. But for the most part, I would say, Facebook can be a distraction, social media, do what you're doing. And I usually take all my pictures in one batch so that I have them all ready to go on my phone. And then I can just upload the pictures and create a draft. And then later I can go back to them and do the measurements and write the description and everything. So I have a whole bunch of drafts saved, and that does save me time. So pictures first, just take pictures when you can in batches and just save them on your phone or camera.
All right. I'm so mad that technology failed me. Okay, so here's the biggest time saver tip that, I don't know, it took me like 10 years to figure this one out. And why it took me so long, I have no idea. When you're listing, say, like clothes, do all your black shirts, let's do t-shirts, do all your black shirts together at the same time. You can even break it down into black large, black extra large, black medium. Every time you can cut out some keystrokes, it saves you a second. Now, you might be like, oh, 1 second, 2 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot, but if you do that for every single item, 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there, 5 seconds there, and you do it by a week, the next thing you know, you've got an extra hour of listing. So when you do black large t-shirts and you do them all in a row, you don't have to change the color 3 times, you don't got to change the size 3 times, you just do them all in a row. So group like objects together, and it will save you tons of time. Don't bounce around. Don't do a black t-shirt, then a blue coffee mug, excuse me, and then a moo-moo. No, like things together. That saves you all the time in the world.
Yep, I do the same thing. Good tip.
I got a frog in my throat. People are texting me. They're Facebook messaging me. What is happening?
Yeah, I take all my similar pictures together, too. That helps, too, because if I'm dressing, my man, I want to just keep doing, I don't want to go to a coffee mug in a different setup, so.
Yep. All right. Our last, our topic that we flip once a month, our last topic before we get to Greg is,
Lifesavers Merit Badge.
Our Lifesavers Merit Badge. So if you're in our group, the Thrifting Board, and if you're not, why not? We have this whole beach theme, and we like to help people. And anytime we see a post that starts out with a good message or turns into a great lesson, we would like to profile it. So we asked the lifeguards what they like for the month, and this was the one that we liked. And so let me get it up here. Let me close out all the people who are messaging me. and it's a pretty amazing how this one turned out. So this is from Devona Wassel, and she shipped basically she shipped a set of 6 vintage bar glasses and didn't notice that one was chipped. So she said, "Oh, my bad. Let me see if I can find another one to complete the set." And if she wasn't able to, she would have done a refund. She found a set of 7 on eBay, contacted the seller asking if she could purchase one of the glasses for $10 plus shipping, and then send it directly to her customer. The seller quickly responded with an offer and additional communication indicating that she would be glad to work it out. And yes, send directly to my customer. And what's awesome is it ended up being another member of the group, which at the beginning of this, the 2 people didn't know. So Elizabeth Russell Rose. Now, how amazing and small world is that? This whole transaction happened with 2 people that are in the same Facebook group together, and they didn't realize it until after the fact. Now, have you ever done that? Have you ever done that, Nay?
Not that exact situation. I've bought something I've purchased something from another seller to get, I have done that, but I haven't found someone in the group.
No. Yeah, I meant have you went the extra mile?
Yes.
So yes. Good on you, Devana. I hope I'm saying your name right. And I did it last week. I sold a CD that I could not find, and since then I've done an inventory, so all my shit's correct right now. But I couldn't find it, so I went to the next person selling on Amazon. I bought it and had him ship it right to my customer. So, don't leave your customer hanging. If you can facilitate it anyway, even if you lose money, you got to keep your customers happy. That's how we all stay in this business, is with happy customers. Because my happy customer can become great. Nay's happy customer can become Greg's happy customer, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yes.
Got
Easy
it.
peasy. All right, let's bring up Greg's artwork, and we'll officially get him in here. Where is Greg's artwork? Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get to Greg, let's do this. Nadine has outdone herself with the artwork this time. We have brand new Thrifting Board t-shirts for sale on Amazon. Welcome to the fabulous Thrifting Board Las Vegas. So she has taken our Facebook group and melded it with the Las Vegas sign. And for those who don't know, I live in Vegas, and we are having a big eBay event in Vegas coming up here. So if you would like a shirt, check it out on Facebook. I'll put the link down below after the show's over. At $20, if you have Prime, it's free shipping. So I think it's priced accordingly. We've sold a lot today, and we're going to end up having a contest with, take your picture in the thrift store with you wearing the shirt. Do something fun, and we'll be giving out some prize for that in the near future. So we're letting everyone get their shirts. It comes in men's, women's, and kids sizes. So please outfit the whole family.
That's very cool. And
good job, Nay. That is an awesome design.
Yes, we have the surfboard sign, which I kind of like it better than the real sign. The surfboard.
All right, guess who's here? Greg Purdy, and yes, I photobombed Greg Purdy from the front, not the back. This was an actual photo, and so.
Well, I had to do some Photoshop work there. But.
Yeah. Don't.
Is my microphone up? Is my microphone up?
Yep, it is.
So I was going to say, when I saw the Photoshop work that you did on that, that's great. I mean, I don't know Photoshop, and maybe you're saying it's real easy. It's not easy. I mean, at least.
Well, no, I'm a professional graphic designer, but it's not easy it's not. Yeah,
that's good work, and you need to be doing merch on Amazon because, selling T-shirts besides the one that you did for the group, because that's good work. And if you can do Photoshop, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, Photoshop, Illustrator, and all you do, but yeah.
And hey, chat, for those of you who are in chat right now, I put the link to Amazon to the shirt in the chat, and then I'll put it down below. So if you're watching after the fact, the link will be down below. All right, so before we jump into why Greg's here, I'm gonna tell a quick Tiki Mug story. So Greg asked me, he has a meetup group, and he asked me to come down and speak, and I did. And then we went thrifting, and it was me, Greg, and Pam. And was there another person, Greg?
I don't remember.
All right, but we went to a big thrift store. Had a bunch of stuff in bags hanging on little racks. I don't remember what it was called, but it was sale day, and it was packed. And people always say, I never find tiki mugs, and I say they're everywhere. You just don't know what you're looking for sometimes. And so it was packed. It was sale day. It was like 2 p.m. So it was 2 p.m. on half off day. And in the like mug section, I see this behind a bunch of stuff. And to my trained eye, I'm like, oh, that's got to be a rum barrel from some tiki bar. And so when I went to grab it, oh, yes, it is Blue Hawaii. And I never heard of Blue Hawaii. So with a little research, I found out Blue Hawaii was in Nashville, Tennessee. And I never heard of the place. And they had a mug at one point with raised lettering. And if you look real hard, you're not going to be able to tell on this. But there was a different Blue Hawaii font. Oh, maybe you can. Someone scratched it off, and then they put a new one on here. I can't find anyone else owning this mug, and it was like $1 or $2 that day with Greg. So this is a rare mug. If I sold it and marketed it properly, this might be $100. So they're always around. No matter what state or what city you're in, you just got to look, and you got to know that this is a tiki mug.
Cool.
All right, so Greg, tell us a little bit about Greg.
Greg is longtime eBay seller. I got on eBay in '99. Hey, let me tell you how I got on eBay, because that's the best thing.
All right, so hey, whatever.
So
sure.
I went to Florida in '98, the end of '98, to visit with my wife, her mother, who lived in Florida. My wife's father had just died. My middle daughter was born November 19th, 1998. I called, told him, hey, your grandfather again. He died that night, right? So a month later, we went to Florida to visit her mother. I didn't have the internet, right? I had a computer. I didn't have the internet. And so I said, hey, can I get on your computer and to look up some Mustang stuff? Because Mustangs are what I was into. So she said, yeah. I got on her computer. I started looking at these Mustang forums. And I'd see where, hey, this person is looking for this part. I was into old cars. This person's looking for that part. And I'm thinking, I got this stuff, but I don't have computer. I don't have the internet. So I started, I said, can I use your email to contact these people? And, can I join these groups on your computer? I don't know. So I went ahead and I joined some of these Mustang groups. And I said, hey, look, I got these parts you're looking for, but I don't have an email address. But if you want to send a check to this address, I'll mail you the part when I get home. And I said, you can look me up in these magazines and whatnot, because I did a lot of advertising. I just wasn't online yet. And so I said, you could check me out and see I'm legitimate. So when I got home from vacation, like a week later, there's 2 checks in the mailbox from the very first time I ever got on the computer on the internet. And I said, this is big, right? I knew right then that I could make money on the computer. So I said, okay, I got to get on eBay. And so this was like December of '98, and it took me to like March of '99 because I had a fight with my wife because she didn't want me to get online. She knows I'm going to get online, I'm going to get in all kind of trouble or whatever. It takes a while to convince her, and finally I convinced her, and I get online in March of '99, and I got on eBay at that point. So I've been on eBay for 17 years.
Wow.
And that's why I got online, was to get on eBay and to get on these Mustang forums. Those 2 things, and I did both of them when I got online. And then, but I was so focused. I had blinders on. I thought eBay was like the only thing out there. I compared eBay with all the other auction sites that were popping up. And back then on eBay, when I got on eBay, there was like 3 million total listings. They used to keep the number in the upper right corner, and it would say 3 million listings or whatever. But when you look at the other auction sites that popped up, they would have like 300 listings or 3,000 listings. So I was comparing eBay with them, and I never thought to look at Amazon, because I thought Amazon was some big book warehouse out in the Midwest where people sent their inventory that they couldn't sell, and then Amazon would sell it for them. I had no idea what it was. I never looked into it because I had my blinders on, and I didn't discover Amazon as a seller until 2010. I became a buyer in 2005, but I didn't even discover it as a seller until 2000, when I found out that, man, you can actually sell on Amazon just like you sell on eBay. You buy the stuff, you sell it, and so I joined Amazon at that point. So,
that's kind of the same. I kind of parallel that a smidge, but earlier. So I was on eBay from the late 90s. And then I got on half.com before eBay bought it and ruined it. And I was selling a ton on half.com. And so half was eBay hadn't bought it yet, but half was just a little bit off for me for a couple of weeks. So I was talking to a friend, and he said, and this is early 2000s, so before FBA, and we'll get into FBA in a minute. He said, "Have you sold on Amazon?" And I go, "You can sell on Amazon," because I knew of Amazon, but I didn't know third-party people could sell. So once I got on Amazon in the early 2000s, man, I was just off and running. I have sold probably over 100,000 CDs on Amazon at least.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, so same thing. I was like, "Oh, what?" So same kind of thing, Greg. I was like, "Oh, I can sell." Now, that's our two stories. Nadine, how many things have you sold on Amazon so far?
0, but I don't know why. I just have to get over this hump of taking the plunge. So I have collected, I think, a good, decent box amount of books that I can sell. That I've looked all of them up, and they seem to all sell well on Amazon. And I have a few CDs as well. From what I understand, those are not gated. So I need to first get the Amazon account rolling, and then
and what do you
figure out how to do. You know.
If only you knew some people who sold on Amazon.
If only I knew some people. Yeah, I know. So I guess I need a little hand holding. But I am ready to take the plunge. So
Amazon.
So Greg, how would you suggest that I do that?
Do you have your account set up?
No. I've been telling them to do it forever.
Set up your account. I mean, set your account up, and then you don't have that as a reason not to move forward. You've already done the easy part. Yes, I know,
and that would help. Yes, okay.
It's so easy to sell on Amazon. I mean, I started Amazon before I started FBA, and I thought, I'll eventually get into FBA. And what I started doing was, I'd get something in, and try to FBA this stuff instead of listing it. I'll try to list it and ship it. I remember my first order for FBA was just a box. It was just one box. And I was doing books at the time. Actually, I was doing audio books, which really are bad. But they were selling. I mean, they were selling on eBay. They were selling on Amazon at the time. And I just started going through and scanning them and putting them in a box, putting a label on it. But when I started, I knew that this is what I was going to do. So I bought the label maker, and I bought the scanner. I bought everything because I knew I was going to do it. And so I did. I mean, I wasn't going to try it. I was going to do it. So I went and I was already doing eBay. I was already doing Amazon. Now I'm going to do FBA. I'm going to buy the stuff I need to do FBA. So, but I think FBA is the way to go. But set up your account and just list the stuff. You don't have to do FBA to start. You can list the stuff, sell it, and ship it from your house like you're doing with eBay until you get your feet wet. You get to learn the system a little bit.
Yeah,
you get a feel for how it works.
I would like to get some inventory out of the house though, because I have a storage unit, and then I have a very small house that's quite packed with inventory. So I need to free up some space. So it would help me to do FBA in that sense, to get some inventory out of the house. But
now let me back up a little bit for those of you who are watching right now or who have watched later. If you're new to this whole thing and you're like, "What is this FBA they keep speaking of?" So here's how Amazon works. It works two ways. It works a million ways, but mainly two ways for what we're going to talk about. MF, which is not what you're thinking. It's actually merchant fulfilled. not a bad word. And that means you list it on Amazon, and when it sells, you ship it. So see all these CDs over my shoulder? Those are all listed on Amazon. And so when they sell, I go over here, I grab, it tells me where to ship, I ship it. Easy peasy. But some things sell way better when Amazon sells it for you. That's called FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. And what happens is you send your stuff into Amazon. So somewhere I have a little shelf that says Jason T. Smith. Greg has a shelf that says Greg Purdy. I'm very simple, making it very simple, but that's kind of how it works. And when it sells, they ship it for you. And why is that a good thing? Why would you do that? Well, here's why. Because if you know what Amazon Prime is, Amazon Prime means you get free 2-day shipping on anything that is Amazon Prime. So if there's something of yours at the Amazon warehouse, somebody who has Prime can buy it and get it shipped to them for free. There are different customers for Amazon to eBay, and they'll buy different things. So I did many boxes of FBA stuff in the past, and I hadn't for years, Greg, and I got back into it like a month ago. I've sent 2 boxes off, and we were going to talk about this tonight, and I sold something FBA today. Now, I don't have a lot in there, so I know some people will sell like thousands of things a day FBA. I only have like 25 things in there, so if I sell one every couple of days, I'm happy because I don't have a lot of stock in there.
Right.
But so I
Right.
was so odd. I'm running errands today, and I sell an FBA, and I'm like, oh, no way, we're talking about this tonight.
It's a good feeling.
Oh, it's a great feeling because let me tell you what I did. So, Record Store Day, look it up when we're done, happens every year in April. And local independent record stores get these limited editions by all these artists. And I go in and I have figured out what's going to be hot. I buy a bunch and I sell it, and there's a very short window to sell it and make massive profits. And then I'm always left over with a few that the profits have waned. So everything I had been on eBay for some of it up to a year and wasn't selling. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm getting back into FBA. I shipped all those records to Amazon, and one every 3 or 4 days sells. Now that record could have been bought with free shipping from me on eBay, but there are different customers, and some of the records are selling for more than I had on eBay. So that's why you definitely, Nadine, pay attention.
Yes, I'm listening.
Need to open up yourself to this because different customers will pay different prices on different platforms.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I have a Hillary Clinton book that is, obviously it's for the election and all. It's she's a hot topic. So I looked at the same book up on eBay, and the top selling price was like $5. And on Amazon, the lowest selling price is like $25. So big difference.
You need to get it up now and get it in there because if you
because
if you just get one thing in, I mean, she's in the news every day.
I know.
It will be for the rest of the year. So, you have that awesomeness of having your items person be in the news every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I use a third-party fulfillment, a multi-channel fulfillment, I guess it's called, program that I send my stuff into Amazon, and then I click a couple buttons and it puts it over onto eBay as well. It creates the listing for me, so I don't have to do anything except just look at it and make sure it looks like what I want it to look like and say yes, give it a price, but I can preset the price to where I get the same exact profit when it sells on eBay as I do when it sells on Amazon. So if I send it in Amazon, and let's say it's a $50 item, and when it's all said and done I'm going to get $32 out of it, I can sell it on eBay. It might have to sell for $56 to give me 32 because they're going to take the Amazon commissions, they're going to take the eBay commissions, but I can preset to where it gives me the same profit. So I cross a lot of my Amazon stuff onto eBay with just a click of a couple buttons, and a lot of my eBay sales are actually my Amazon products, and that's a good feeling too.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
You're opening it up to, you're putting your product in front of two sets of eyes or two platforms with multiple sets of eyes, and some of the stuff sells well on both channels. I've got one product right now and I keep bumping the price up. It's actually one of my wholesale accounts, but I found it through an online arbitrage list that I put out, and I bought 100 of them, and I sent them in. I paid $8.95 or $8.99, which is $1 less than my wholesale cost, and the going price at the time was like $18. So it was profitable, but it wasn't real profitable. But I sent them in and I priced them a little bit higher, and I waited till I saw a couple had sold, and I could, okay, now they've caught up to my price, and I went in, I bumped my price a little bit, and then they stopped selling. I waited till I started selling again, and I looked, and they caught up to my price again. So then they started to sell well at $26.95, and so I said, well, I don't want them to sell out at $26.95. I bumped to $29.95, and they're selling well at that price too. And I'm selling, 6, 8, 10 a day on Amazon, and I'm selling 2 or 3 a day on eBay too, at a higher price than what it even was when I bought them. But it's good, it's just, I can click a couple buttons, bump the price up, and, sell them on both channels.
Yeah, I will say, one of my friends here in town, we were out estate sailing, and she was telling me about a product that only 2 people sell, her and the main seller, the main company that sells it. And they ran out, and she was the only one that had it. And she didn't have a ton, so she didn't want to run out. So she jacked the price up, but because she was the only one that had it, her item that was normally selling for like 30 was now selling for 70.
Yeah, there's a product that one of my wholesale accounts that I can't always get, but I can go and pay full retail from any retail seller online, full price, put it on Amazon, and more than double my money. So at wholesale, I'm getting it for half of retail, so I'm paying 16 instead of 33, but I'm not selling it at 33. I'm selling it at 70, but I can go pay 33 and sell it at 70, and it's still good profit when I can't get it from my wholesale account. So I mean, Amazon's great because you can't get that money on eBay. You can't get that kind of money for that product on eBay, but you can get it on Amazon all day long.
Yeah, it's interesting how some items are really eBay specific and others are so Amazon specific. And the one thing is my niche is obviously pre-owned women's clothing and shoes, which you can sell on Amazon. So,
Right.
You know, but I will enter in with books and CDs. I would like to get into clothing eventually, but I'm not really a retail arbitrage type of person, but, you know, I can do a little bit of it, and I would hope to get into that category eventually. So
That's one of my bigger categories on Amazon is clothing, and I've been in for 1 year. I signed up a year ago to do clothing and shoes, both of them a year ago, and they are probably my two biggest categories. I mean, I just sell tons of women's clothing, men's clothing, boys, girls
well,
clothing.
I could say I'm great at retail arbitrage. I just don't enjoy it. Like, I enjoy digging through a thrift store, but, you know.
Now, hey, Greg, do you want to share the name of that, the thing that lets you list in both places, or no?
Yeah, it's called Joe Lister,
Okay.
and I'll just say that it's you can find it out there. You can also go to my website, selleressentials.com. There's a link to Joe Lister that gives you, I forget what the trial period is, but you can get a trial period there. You can get a trial period anywhere. I think ours might be longer. I don't remember what we negotiated with that, but check it out. And Joe Lister's what I use for that. It works. There's different levels, price levels. You do have to pay for it, obviously. And the more things that you're listing, the higher the price is. But, you know,
Is this your website?
I can't see it. Hang on. Yeah, that's it. So, and actually the eBay side of that's not even open yet. And when I first created the site, the thought was I'll do Amazon real quick, then I'll do eBay real quick, and we haven't even gotten to the eBay side of this site yet. It's mostly all Amazon, but yeah, there's somewhere in there there'll be a link to Joe Lister. I don't know where it is, but it's one of the ads that floats around in there. You can click to the Amazon side and see the different pages that are in there. And I know in some of these pages, maybe under the services pages, there might be a Joe Lister ad floating, or one of the sidebars might be one. I don't know, but I know that we do have a Joe Lister ad on there somewhere. So
I will say that you know, anyone who Nay and I have on, we know, we love. We would never bring on any bullshit. We would never bring on any snake oil salesmen. So if we have somebody on that says, hey, you know, check out my website, you can rest assured you can check out their website, because there are plenty of snake oil salesmen. We will never have any of them on, and because they know if they do try and pull shenanigans, I'll beat the shit out of them. Just saying. So, and Greg didn't say, hey, show my website, but as soon as he said it, I'm like, I'll show it. Heck yeah.
So we have some questions from some of our thrifting board members. Can I get to some of those?
Where'd those come from?
They were in the post on the.
Well, I'm glad one of us is paying attention.
Yeah,
me.
So I have them up. So Kimberly, and I think Greg touched slightly on this, but Kimberly asked store fees, listing fees for both eBay and Amazon, pros and cons. I'm now selling on Amazon, and how to really get money too. I'm not sure what the last part exactly means, but
basically, how do you feel about the fees between eBay and Amazon, Greg?
okay, yeah, pretty much.
You know what? I mean, it's about equal, to be honest with you. I mean, it depending on what you're selling on Amazon. Amazon, especially with FBA, there's 4 different fees that you're going to pay that are based either on a fixed fee, a flat rate, or it's based on the weight of the product that you're selling or whatever. And then there's your commission. You know, they're going to charge you 15-18% of whatever it is that you're selling. Electronics is cheaper than that, but most products are in the 15-18% range. And then you have your 4 flat fees. So the 4 flat fees, we'll call it. I mean, there is a weight-based fee in there, but you know, there's a buck or whatever per item, and then there's another fee. You know, they stay the same whether you sell a $20 item or whether you sell a $500 item. Those fees really don't change. So the only difference is the commission. So yeah, I know eBay commission drops down the more value of the item, but Amazon, I think, has more sets of eyes on their website, and it's a different set of eyes on the website. If you'll learn from experience what sells better on Amazon, what sells better on eBay, and if you can't figure out, then put it on both, which is what I do. And I'll learn that way which sites it sells better on. So like with the Joe Lister, once it's on there, if it's not moving, I'll take it off of eBay because I say, you know what, it's just not going to sell over here. But so I'm willing to pay more money to Amazon to make the sale that's going to bring me in more money than to put the product on eBay, even though the commission might be less, the fees may be less, but what's the chance it's going to sell? So I use eBay for my, like Nate said, used clothing. I do a lot of used men's clothing, and I do a lot of things that it returns from Amazon, and I do a lot of tools and car parts and all that. That's eBay stuff. The stuff that can be sold on Amazon, I generally will make sure it's on Amazon because for the most part, Amazon's the better platform for the new items, the books, for the most part, the books. I think eBay's good for some books. The CDs, DVDs, things like that. I believe they're better on Amazon. Pay the additional fee because with FBA, with Prime, you could charge a little bit more money, which will cover your additional fees.
So we have another question from Atara. She's asking, I'd love to know how Greg manages his time for both businesses, a schedule that works. My struggle is devoting time to eBay as I feed the beast.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I've got thousands of items not listed on eBay right now. I had a full-time eBay lister at one point that I don't have anymore. So as a result, I'm very selective on what I'm listing, and the majority of my time is spent on my Amazon business. That said, I listed some eBay stuff yesterday. I had my daughter come up, take some pictures of some dolls for an estate that I'm doing. We listed those actually last week, and she took some more pictures yesterday. I did some eBay listings last week. I don't do a lot anymore. I've got a lot to do, but again, my Amazon business is more profitable. And I know that the same amount of time spent on my Amazon business is going to bring in many-fold what my eBay business is going to do. But I do need downtime from listing on Amazon, and eBay is a good way to spend that downtime. So, and like Jason was saying, I'll grab, a box of, whatever saw parts, if that's what it is that I'm messing with that day, and I'll do the first listing, and I'll just keep hitting that sell similar item button because all that information is already there. And all I have to do now is change the picture, change a couple words in the title, change a couple little things in the description, enter, done. Sell similar item, do it again, and just repeat that a few times, and I can get a lot listed real quickly.
Yes.
And then and especially if I've got multiples, so I'll do, if I've got 5 of something that I want to list first, right? That way I've got 5 things up, or maybe list my more expensive stuff first. But I'll hold off the expensive stuff if I think it's going to be a slow mover, and I'll list the multiple stuff first if I have the choice between the two. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not good at...
No, I think that definitely answered. And then we have another question. I'm sorry. I know. Okay, this is more of a comment, but that's how Amazon buyers that love their items are prime for them. I call it FBA magic. Items sell before we even know they are checked in. So that's interesting.
So here's another one. If it's an item that you are replenishing, right? So let's say one of my wholesale items, and I'm run out of stock. So I'm out of stock. So I'll go in and I'll create a shipment. When Amazon gets the message that's been scanned onto that UPS truck, a lot of times it'll pop up for people to be able to go ahead and order it, and it'll say due in stock June 29th. So now if it's your first time listing that item, they'll never do it for you. But if they know that, because I ship from Maryland and my main warehouse is just right up in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, if they pick it up today, it gets there 2 days later, they're unloading the truck. So if they see that, wow, he's sending in more of this product that he's always sending in, UPS has picked it up and scanned it, and it's on their truck, or even better, the truck that's going to deliver to the warehouse has been scheduled, and maybe they'll base it on that. I don't know at what point they base it, but many times I'll see an item that'll say, buy now, available, and it'll be a later date, because they know it's on the truck, they know it's coming in, and they know they're going to get it, so they'll go ahead and take orders on it. So
very cool.
Cool. All right, we're at the top of the hour, and I want to share Greg's scores and his couple duds. So let me pop those onto the screen, because the one thing I'm like, I don't know what the hell it is.
Oh yeah, what is that?
No, not this one. Not this one.
I don't know what it is.
That just pops up on the edge
It's
of
a
your
hood
hood.
ornament. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a hood ornament, and I picked it up at a thrift store for $2, and you can see it went for $24.95.
Nice.
Free. I do free shipping on like 99.9% of the stuff, but that was just an easy one to list, and it sat for a while, but it went for full price, and so that was good. Hood ornament.
This is the one. What is this?
Okay, so and I just heard a news story today. Amazon has
So did
these.
I. And I still don't know what the hell it is.
Okay,
That's
so
why
Amazon has these dash buttons, right? And basically, if you get the normal dash button, it might say Tide. It might say, whatever, Hellman's Mayonnaise, whatever. So you put it in your house, and when you get ready to run out of Tide, you hit the button. That's all you got to do because you've already programmed it through your phone to order for you.
Oh wow.
With the touch of a button, right? And it orders and it ships. You don't have to get online or anything.
No way.
You just touch the button, right? So Amazon now has 150 of these. This one is the Amazon Web Services Idea of Things button. And basically anything that you can program through your phone or computer to do, like turn your lights on, adjust your thermostat, turn it on and off your alarm in your house, whatever, you can program this button to do. So this is available only to Prime members. They're $19.95. Amazon is not taking, well, they're taking orders right now, but they're not going to be back out until August 25th, I think. Hang on. So they limit you to 2. So I bought 2, $20 a piece. And I was like, what am I going to do with these? I don't know. I might keep them. I buy stuff whenever Amazon comes out with it. And so I was looking on eBay, and I saw people were selling them for $40, $50, $60, $80, $99. Now, the 99 ones were back like, earlier when they had first come out, when they just released them. So I thought, you know what, if they got 99, I get 99. So I was going away last week to South Carolina, and I do working vacations. I don't just take a week off. So I took all my stuff down to South Carolina, and I bought and I shipped from down there. But I listed these right before I left, and I took them with me. I weighed them in the package, so I knew what they were going to weigh. I took them both with me, and sure enough, actually I got a message from some guy who said, "Hey, can you guarantee I'll have it by Friday?" And I looked, and he had just signed up on eBay like an hour before, and I said, "Nope." I said, "You might want to buy it from somebody else because I can't get it to you." And then the next morning I woke up, and both of these had sold within minutes of each other. $99 free shipping, full price. I paid $20 a piece. So,
Awesome.
that's
yeah, that's a good
awesome.
one.
Yeah.
And
So-
rusty bolts.
They're actually very clean compared to most of them. But this was from a saw that was kept inside. So I mess around with old saws. These come on 90% of the table saws that I buy, and sometimes they're missing because the person's taken the board off or whatever. But when I buy these saws for a purpose, but there's all these extra parts on it, and I just throw the parts on eBay. $30. It sat on there for a few days and gone. So this is an easy one. I list a lot of saw parts, small stuff, easy to ship. 3 ounces in a bag, and so you ship it for $2. And honestly, I mean, I've got tons of them, and they sell really well.
I think that's a good use, Nay, of one of the rare times I like this.
Where the ruler is a good idea, yes.
Yeah.
Not the 8 rulers over the clothing, but
No.
yeah.
You notice I've got something holding the tape in place because it wouldn't stay out. So there's something over in the corner over there holding the edge of the tape in. But I needed it, because they come in so many different sizes that you got to show it. That was a good one, right? So thrift store find, $5, and that sold. I'm running a 25% off sale right now, and that sold. I don't know, recently, a couple days ago, a week ago, I don't remember, but so it went for $36.74. Thrift store I go to. I sell a lot of Hawaiian Aloha shirts. I've got a lot now. I've sold a lot. I got a lot not listed. That's one of the prettier ones that I picked up. So that was a good one.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good pattern.
There's a great hat, $2. It was marked $2.90. Third off day, I paid $2. I got 41.25 for it last week. Wall-E.
Wall-E.
Oh yeah, sorry, my kids love that movie.
Wall-E.
And the guy sent me a message and wanted to know if I had any more. So,
Wow.
Yeah, I wish I had more.
I need 17 Wall-E hats and stat.
That's a great sale.
All right.
We got your 2 duds, and we'll wrap it up with those.
This was such a great thing. I mean, I've owned half a dozen of these mowers. I buy them used, and I tear them up, and when they're no more good, I get another one, and then I sell the parts off of it. And now I get somebody to cut my grass, so I don't have to buy mowers anymore. But that's a nice seat. The guy looked at the one picture and ordered it, and didn't look at the fact that I had 7 pictures in there that show little nick in the seat, whatever. So this is just paint missing on that one, but I think on the last picture it shows a little teeny nick right there.
Yep.
And he is freaking out over that little nick in the seat. Filed a matter of fact, if you look, I got 99.2% positive because of the negative he gave me last week. So he's given me a negative on it, and now he's filed a claim on it and wants his money back, or wants a discount, wants a partial refund. So I said, okay, what kind of refund do you want? He said, well, I think the seat's worth $30, so he wants $89.25 back from me for that little nick right there. So I'm dealing with that right now. I just got the email from him today, so that score turned into a dud because of that. Because I'm probably just going to go ahead and pay him to get him out of my hair, but oh well, what are you going to do?
Yep.
It cost me $30 probably to mail the thing, because it's a great big seat.
And keep in mind, and look, we all handle these kind of situations differently, but don't forget your time is worth money.
Oh, I know.
No, I know you know, Greg, but others don't. They'll spend a day on something like this.
Oh yeah, going back and forth and fighting. Yes.
Yeah. What was your day worth?
Yeah. I just want him to go away. I mean, it's 89.25, and he's gone. This thing sat for 2 years and 8 months, and I finally took a $15 offer on it and let it go. I mean, it's not a nice shirt by any means. It is made in Hawaii, but it's not a nice coconut button shirt or anything. It's just a shirt. Yeah. And I took $15 after 32 months and let her go.
I will tell you, Greg, that's the brand, and you don't have it in your title.
I didn't create this listing. Actually, okay. I may have. I don't want to say I didn't, because I actually may have created that listing. So. Yeah,
in Hawaii, although a crummy use of words is the title. Typically, it's older. People are hunting for it. So. Yeah. But and hey, I had I got a neutral today, and I've messaged the buyer. I think I can get it removed. And look, neutrals and negatives, although they look bad, don't really count anymore. But he bought a T-shirt and said it's shorter than the rest of my extra large T-shirts.
Well, if you gave measurements,
I did give measurements. I'm like, I even messaged him.
Then you should be able to get that off. Yeah.
I messaged him. I said, look, I'm so sorry, but I did have measurements, and I'll be more than happy to take the return back. I go, I'm in hassle-free returns for a reason. I want all my customers to be happy. He has not responded. I'll give him a couple more days, but I think I can have that one expunged because it's all right there.
Yeah, that's kind of
not that I'm going to spend a lot of time on it, but I'll throw on my headset. I'll do some work if I can get through to eBay, and they'll take care of it. Cool. If not, I will not waste a second call on it. One call, that's all.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, 7:10, there it is. Greg, you're the man. Greg and I, when we first met, we became quick friends, and wanted to have Greg on for a while because Greg does it. Greg's a hustler.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. I will have to contact you because I'm a little nervous, moving into those Amazon waters, but I know I can do it. So.
It's not hard. Feel free to contact me.
Thank you.
If I'm in the Philly area, we could schedule something. I'll come over and give you a hand.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you so much.
And Greg was mainly on because my wife finds Greg as one of the funniest people on Facebook. So she's like, you got to have Greg on. He's funny.
And it didn't work out for you, did it?
No, it was great. No, it was absolutely great.
Fantastic. But, yeah, you were a great guest. Thank you.
Stacy my wife just loves you to death. So.
Aww.
Well, hey, I'll be out in Vegas. My plans are middle of August, so I'll hook up with you guys.
Nice when it's nice and cool. How nice.
Yeah.
Don't bring any sleeves or long pants. That's for sure.
All right.
All right, buddy. Well,
Hello.
thank you very much for coming on. Thank you, everyone who watched us live. Thanks you, everyone who watched us after the fact. Don't forget to get your T-shirt. 2 more quick announcements this week. If you're watching it this week, selling past your expiration date with my mom is going to be on Friday. We're going to talk about seashells. Yes, you heard me, seashells, a topic no one has ever talked about, but there is money in seashells. So we're going to talk about that. And the eBay event is coming up in 4 weeks. If you are watching and you are going to the event, we have a special group just for you to talk about all the parties, what you need to know. Do you need a roommate? Do you need to share a ride from the airport? So hit me up. Just message me on Facebook, and I will stick you in that group. And I guess that's it. I'm out of here. They're shooting
Thanks, guys.
for a magazine at Frankie's Tiki Bar, so I'm heading there and hopefully get in the magazine.
You will get in. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kick the door open like I'm here. Let's do this.
Yeah, no kidding. I knew you.
All right, Greg, when you get here, we're going to Frankie's. We'll get you some real cocktails.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much for coming on. Nadine,
'Cause I
thank
don't
you
drink.
for being my partner as always.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Greg. You did a great job.
All right,
Thank you so
all right,
much.
Nadine, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.